Yes guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Alright, in today's video, we're going to be covering ICT macros, okay, and everything that you need to know about these topics. So we're going to be covering ICT AM macros, PM macros, lunch macros, literally everything that you need to know. Now, this topic is essential when it comes to my trading strategy. So please get your notepad and pen out and start taking some notes for this video, alright, because some of the information that we'll be laying out is very, very important. So you're going to want to pay attention. But anyways, let's jump straight into the video. What even is a macro in the first place? Alright, so let's do a brief definition for all of the beginner traders out there and anyone new to my channel also that doesn't actually know what macro is. So ICT macros are specific time windows during a trading session, okay, whether it's New York session, London session, when the market is more likely to deliver. Now, what do I mean by deliver? What I'm referring to here is the drawn liquidity. So inside of these time intervals, price is more likely to reach that drawn liquidity, whether it's either buy side liquidity or sell side liquidity, more likely compared to if it was outside of that macro window. So they serve as a tool for traders to spot potential opportunities in the market that they can profit from. All right, so that's a brief definition of what a macro is. All right, so let's start off with the ICT AM macros. These are inside of the AM session. Now we have two very specific and important time intervals inside the AM session. So the first one is a 9:45 to 10:15 AM, New York time, of course. And the second macro is from 10:45 to 11:15 AM, New York time. So these are the only two macros that are trade inside of the AM New York session. So just to give you a quick example, let's say we don't get any trades inside of the first AM macro. I'm going to be waiting patiently and I'll monitor that second AM macro from 10:45 to 11:15 AM. Or let's say I even take a loss inside that first AM macro. I'm going to be reducing my risk and I'll go into the second AM macro to see if I get any potential opportunities that I can benefit from. All right, guys, just a quick reminder. All right, the live VIP signals group is available for only $100 a month. If you didn't manage to secure a spot for $50 a month, I highly advise that you secure a spot right now for only $100 because prices will be increasing again in the future very, very soon. But I just want to show you these Telegram chats for transparency reasons and to also show you how it would look like if you were inside of our group. Okay, so every single morning, I send in these NASDAQ liquidity levels. I'm telling the group, okay, what am I expecting for that morning, what levels to watch, etc., etc. A link to the live stream, okay, I go live on Zoom every single morning at 9:30 AM. That is also sent into the chat every single morning, okay, and let's say you can't tune into these streams, no problem. The live signals are also sent into the Telegram chat, so you can take advantage of that, okay. As you can see here, we smashed final TP for over 140 handles. Now, if you've been struggling with your trading, all right, and you're looking for that mentor to get you to the next level, but you also don't want to be paying any of these ridiculous prices that traders are charging, then this group is for you. Okay, I literally go live every single morning where you pretty much get a one-to-one session with me. Okay, you can literally ask me any question you like, whether it's a question about the macros, whether it's a question about the trading models, literally any question, and I will answer that question on live stream. Okay, no questions ever skipped out. We also do trade breakdowns in there as well. But yeah, guys, there's a ton of value in there. Okay, we also have this VIP chat room where all of the members can actually connect and speak with each other. All right, so let's say you try to text me on Telegram and I'm not active or responsive at that time. Let's say I'm busy. Okay, we also have even intermediate and experienced traders that have been trading these concepts for years and they're inside this group and they are willing to, you know, help the new beginner traders out by answering their questions, whatever. Very, very friendly and helpful group overall. So yeah, guys, if this is something that sounds interesting to you, then make sure to click the links in the description and go check that out. But other than that, let's get back to the video. All right, so here you also have the PM macros. Now, the PM macro is from 1:45 to 2:15 PM New York local time, and there is also a final hour macro. Now this macro only works on some days, so whenever price has been consolidating all day and we haven't had a significant run on liquidity, that last and final hour macro from 3:15 to 3:45 PM will have a very volatile move on liquidity. Okay, so price will spool towards either buy side or sell side liquidity depending on what the draw is that day inside of this 30-minute time interval. Now I don't personally trade this macro, however it is a very, very good macro to trade only on some days. It doesn't work all of the time. Compared to the AM session macros where they're more likely to work on a consistent basis. Also, the PM session, okay, as I'm in Thailand currently, I don't trade the PM session because it's just a little bit too late for the time zone. It's, for me, starts at 2 a.m. So personally, I don't really stay up that late, hence I don't trade it. But occasionally, if we don't get any trades inside of the 2 a.m. session macros, I will potentially trade the PM macro. But from my experience, guys, I'll be honest, the PM macro, right, from 145 to 215, it doesn't work as well as the AM session macro. Hence, I stay away from it and treat it more of a session from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Okay, and lastly, the lunch macro. I also don't trade this one, but I've decided to include it inside this video just for the people that decide they actually want to incorporate it into their strategy and start trading it, all right? So it's from 11:45 to 12:15 a.m. New York time, okay? Me personally, I decided to skip lunch hour totally, so I won't trade it at all. So anywhere from 12 to 1 p.m., I'm not trading at all. That little 1 hour window is very, very low probability, hence I've also decided to skip this macro. Okay, but if you guys want to trade it, that's totally up to you, and I've included it for you lot. But yeah, anyway, so that's going to be it for the macros. So I've included everything that I personally trade and that I pay attention to. Of course, there is a ton of more macros and time intervals. However, I haven't included them in today's video because I personally don't trade them. And if I haven't included them, then they're most likely low probability macros. In my experience, the best macros to trade are the AM session. But anyways, guys, let's actually jump into the live trading charts so you guys can see these macros in action. All right, so let's start off with the first example here, okay? So this is actually a short trade that we took inside of the VIP signals group live on stream. Okay, everything was recorded live. You guys can go rewatch this on YouTube if you'd like. And we actually caught 140 handles on this trade, right, which is insane. Let's break this down. All right, so as you can see, we're inside of that 10:45 to 11:15 a.m. macro. All right, we've just swept London highs, so we've had a clear sweep of liquidity. We've had a clear displacement here. This is actually a unicorn model as well, so one of the main models that we trade inside of the VIP signals group. As you can see, we have a breaker block here, okay, paired with that fair value gap. So I decided to have my entry off of that 1 minute fair value gap there, risking only around 25 handles on this trade, and stop loss is just above that breaker block. Now, our first TP was actually at this internal sales liquidity level here for 60 handles. So why is my take profit placement there? So what I've gone ahead and done, I've measured from swing low to swing high, and I've found 50% of this recent price range. Now, 50% is equilibrium here. We want to find either a fair value gap, which is below equilibrium in a discount, or either a internal sell side liquidity, which is just below equilibrium, okay, and sitting in a discount. So that is this low right here, and I decided to actually close around 80% of my position once we hit this level, and I only rode around one contract to that final external sell side liquidity level, okay, which is outside of this range. So anyways, let's see how this trade will play out. All right, and there you have it. All TPs have been smashed. So of course, once that first TP got smashed, I actually moved my stops to this displacement candles high. So I started trailing my stops into a profit. So again, once we inversed this bullish fair value gap here, this became a FEG. I decided to trail my stops even further, okay, just above that displacement candles high there, because there's no reason why price should be retracing all the way up here, okay, once we've inversed this bullish gap. And there you have it, final TP smashed, over 140 handles secured on Nasdaq. Very, very lovely textbook A+ setup trade that we call on live stream. But yeah, that is the first example, okay. I'm gonna find another example inside of that 9:45 to 10:15 macro. All right, so another clean A+ trade here. Okay, this is actually a bullish example. And again, another unicorn model, all right? So this is literally the model that we trade every single day inside of the VIP singles group. And of course, one of the main models that I use with my trading to achieve over 6 figures in payouts. Okay, and this model works very, very well. I'm not even joking when I say this. It does have around literally a 90% win rate if used correctly. When I see this model, rarely do I think that it's gonna fail. 9 times out of 10, this model is gonna work and all your TPs will be smashed. Of course, that one time you may occur a loss. Again, don't get false expectations. I'm not saying you're gonna achieve a 90% win rate all year round trading this model, because you probably won't. Okay, that's very unrealistic. But you know, I've had weeks and even months where the price action is very, very good and I'm hitting TPs all the time and I'm sitting around a 90% win rate. But of course, on a yearly basis, this is most likely not realistic. But anyways, as you can see, we come down, okay, we sweep sell to liquidity. All right, so we clearly have a liquidity sweep and now waiting for that displacement higher. As you can see, we clearly get a displacement higher. What does price leave behind? We leave a bullish breaker block here, paired with this very, very clear fair value gap. What does that make it? Unicorn model. Again, it's inside of that 945 to 1015 macro. All right, so you can enter a long position here. Stop loss just below that breaker block's low, risking around 25 handles. I don't like to risk more than 25 to 30 handles max on a trade. Now, you can have your first TP at this most recent 930 New York opening high. Very, very good target. Okay, you can close around 50% of your position. Second TP can be at this internal buy side liquidity level where you can close a further 30% of your position. And of course, final take profit can be at London highs where you can close the remaining 20% of your position. So let's see how this trade plays out. All right, and there you have it, final TP smashed for over 190 handles on NQ, which is absolutely disgusting, okay? But yeah, as you can see here, all right, TP1 smashed. So even your first TP is sitting at 84 handles. Okay, that's a lot. That's a very, very big chunk, okay, or piece of the pie. So you can even close your full position at TP1, which is 930 New York opening high, okay? So you can close fully there, or you can decide to let the trade play out and actually ride it. So let's say you close 50% there, all right? TP2 gets smashed, you can close another 30%. So let's give you a quick example. Let's say you're trading, I don't know, 10 micros, right? You're trading a 50K top step funded account, for example, and you're playing it very safe. You're trading 10 micros, you can close 5 micros here, close a further 3 micros here, and then once we get to London highs, close the remaining 2 micros there, okay, for over 190 handles. But yeah guys, that is gonna be it for today's video. All right, hope you found this video insightful and helpful. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment, share and subscribe. And just to leave a quick note before I end off this video, all right, this is literally all you need guys to become profitable. Other than risk management and psychology, of course. Once you have your model, the times that you need to enter and exit that trade, that is pretty much it, okay? There's not much more to it. You just have to wake up every day, log onto the charts and execute. That's all it comes down to. Now, I'm gonna leave you with this, guys. Me personally, I only trade these macros, all right? So I'll only trade the 2 AM session macros, and occasionally I'll trade the PM session as well. For the strategy that I'm trading, this gives me the highest probability of trade actually playing out and hitting TP compared to if I was trading and monitoring just a full New York session, okay, which is a few hours, right? Instead, I like to trade these 30-minute time intervals where price is more likely to deliver. As you can see very clearly on the chart in front of me, we delivered straight to buy side, very, very clean A+ setup. But yeah, other than that guys, I hope you lot enjoyed and I'll see you lot in the next one. Take it easy.